What's up, guys? Iceman here. So I ain't gonna lie to you guys. I'm looking to set them old rocks off. That's right, I'm talking about the ladder reset for Path of Diablo coming up this August 14th. I don't know what fucking time. Just check with me later or check on the interwebs. But nonetheless, I be making a boson is my intention thus far anyway. And I will be making a Discord as well. Thanks to Tuna Jelly, one of my patrons who has recommended the endeavor. So maybe we'll be able to correlate some shit on there when the ladder resets, if any of y'all want to run some of the game with Iceman. But I don't intend to play too fucking hard the first day. Normally I just play a couple hours. I don't like to bust my ass all night. So I'll have a little bit of, maybe some coffee earlier in the day and just see how it goes. But there apparently is going to be some changes done for this upcoming ladder reset, as there usually are. Now, I don't know what's going to be changed or any of the additions, but I look forward to that. So stay tuned to this channel, and I'll keep you guys informed as soon as that shit's announced, as long as I don't miss it. But yeah, I intend to make a boson. I haven't had one in a few ladders. Well, I didn't have one last ladder, or this current ladder. So yeah, I had one last ladder, but I don't give a toad. I'm looking forward to going to boson again. What I find appealing about the boson, one, they're great for area of effect. They can kill a ton of shit once you start to get them a bit more optimized. But it can be a challenge getting there. But thankfully in Path of Diablo, a lot of these elemental skills have been perked. So they're damn fine. So yeah, if you all want to run a unusual character, maybe for the ladder reset, a boson might be one of the options. I think they're not as commonly run for ladder reset. I mean, they're still quite common, but in general, folks might go Lightning Javazon if they go the Amazon at all, or they'll often go Sorks and other shit like that. Necromancer, Assassins are great for ladder reset. I really like the Assassin. But yeah, it just sounds intriguing to run this upcoming ladder from the get-go as a boson. So I intend for endgame to max out multi-shot, or nearly anyway, as I have nearly with this character. Put a few points into strafe. I generally only prefer a few points into that, because I don't use it very often, especially if she's like a hybrid build. Like this one, for example, shoots Immolation Arrow. Check that out. This is Hell mode. And check that out. That was a fire immune right there. But it wastes the shit out of them, man. Yeah, Immolation Arrow is towed. So let me show you the damage. Yeah, she's shooting all sorts of shit. She's shooting tornadoes from her carry-on ring. It's a damn good time, man. She's resurrecting, or she's summoning skeletons from dead corpses. But yeah, here's Immolation Arrow. So that damage per second is what I think really matters with it. So I only put 1 point into the actual explosion synergy, as you can see. So the rest I put into the fire arrow, which gives it the per second, which I think it really shines there, man. So I think you only need 1 point in exploding arrow, because that per second damage will just melt them fast as fuck. Ugh. So really looking forward to that. It's nice to have a little bit of pierce, a few points into Valkyrie. And on Switch, I actually have a bow that gets me +1 additional point to Valkyrie. Compared to what I have on my main hand, which I think is, yeah, Faith with 2 skills. Here's her gear. But the fun thing about the boson is you can really start stacking up damage. Like you can really optimize them with these charms, as you see here. She has some 9 max damage charms. It's not the greatest, but they're decent. Let's see what they do to her damage. They're so multi-shot, it's 4,615. And check this out. Now it's 4,535. So she gains, almost close to 100 damage just from 9 max damage right there. And then you can stack up your AR, and it gives you incentive to level up because you start hitting shit more frequently, especially if you don't have ITD. But if you do have ITD, of course, it's not applicable toward champions, uniques, and elites. So you are going to want some decent attack rating. But yeah, it's nice how you can constantly refine them. So that's part of what I like about playing the boson. And there are some unusual items that you have to strive for. Like, I always like having a rare ring with dual leech and some other nice mods. Now this one is godly. I believe I traded for this maybe I think I traded a couple Isrunes for it. It was a damn good deal. And they didn't know I was the Iceman either. I just traded for this shit straight up in some trading game. And this one is very desirable for a Bozan. One, it has decent leech, 6 for both life and mana. And it gives base mana, which is nice to have. Because multi-shot kind of drains your mana. And if you miss a few enemies, you know, it could almost deplenish depending on your mana level. But I have pretty decent mana. You know, 274 is pretty damn godly for a Bozan, I think. So, yeah, it's nice having that. And the light res, of course, is really nice. And I think, yeah, that it does matter. Because I had some light res charms, and I was able to take them out and replace them with damage charms or things of that sort. But, yeah, there's a lot of things you can mix and match. You can have Cat's Eye or High Lords. I always like Cat's Eye. Because the run walk is, I think, enjoyable with the Bozan. Because that's the thing, is with the Amazons, they're not very mobile. Now, in Path of Diablo, they do have this phase run skill, and I have it on Switch on my left click. But you have to constantly be casting it, and it is a bit annoying. And of course, there's no default teleportation skill for the Amazon, not in Path of Diablo either. So you have to improvise some. For early ladder, I actually make a poor man's Enigma, the Holy Thunder rune word. It's Ral, Ort, Tal, and I think an Eth rune. I don't know. It's something like that. Well, I believe it only requires 4 runes, and it's very cheap and easy to make. And it has 60, 70 teleport charges to it, or something close to that anyway. So it's a good way to get through the River of Flame. So if you want to find some decent items early in the ladder, you can equip one of those hogs, the Holy Thunder, and teleport across the River of Flame right there, and then make yourself over here to the Chaos Sanctuary. So it's a good way to quickly get to the Chaos Sanctuary with an Amazon. Because, of course, that's one of the benefits the Sork has, is to teleport across it very fast. And other areas as well. When you're leveling, you can teleport with Holy Thunder through the Maggot Lair, because we all know that place is annoying as fuck to navigate. And you can teleport to Mephisto, or, you know, wherever the hell you need to teleport, man. It's really nice having that. So I probably will make a Holy Thunder on this ladder reset as soon as possible. If I do make the Amazon, which right now I intend to, man. This is fun as fuck, to be honest with you guys. It's Toad being able to just blot out the fucking sun with your arrows and just kill just swarms of enemies and constantly be leeching as well. So if you play your cards right, you can almost always have max mana. Let's see, I don't even have... Apparently I don't even have Strafe on a hotkey. Do I? No, I don't. So here, I'll show you the Strafe. Sometimes, depending on your build, it's nice to have Strafe on your right click. Now here's something that you'll run into sometimes. This is a physical and fire immune enemy if you're going the simulation slash hybrid arrow build or multi-shot build. In which case you can use Magic Arrow. You know, so they're very versatile. See this? I'll switch over to Magic Arrow. I'll do it on the left side. Oh, fuck, I do have strafes. It's F6. Alright, but anyway, here's Magic Arrow. Just 1 point into that shit. And check that out. It wastes the immune to physical and fire enemy without much issue. So I do have on hotkey. But Strafe is pretty nice as well for narrow corridors, see that? And one benefit with the Strafe over multi-shot, as many know, all of these arrows will directly benefit from your Deadly Strike, from your Open Wounds, from your Crushing Blow, and your critical skill, what's it called in here? Lethal Strike in Path of Diablo. Whereas multi-shot, only the middle 3 arrows are those stats or attributes or buffs applicable. So that's another nice thing about Strafe. And it'll especially be more noticeable early on where you're not killing shit with just one multi-shot burst anyway. You know, where enemies are a bit more strong and you're dealing with more shit early on in the game. It's great to have Strafe. In addition to that, it actually auto-targets. So it's Toad as fuck, man. Now, the Chaos Sanctuary really isn't the best place to showcase Strafe. Because it's very wide open, so in general I like to just spam multi-shot. You can just sit back and chill. But yeah, Strafe auto-targets. Oh, and another thing is for curses. Does she have... No, she doesn't have... If she were to have the... Where's that amulet? I don't know if I have it on her. Sometimes I'll put on Atma's Amulet. The fuck's that called again? Man, it's been a minute. Atma's Amulet, because it gives the 5% chance to cast amp damage. And that's another way to break the immunes. Assuming you don't have Lawbringer or Reaper's Toll on your Merc to break the physical immune. Damn, shitty amulet right there. That's unfortunate. But yeah, here's her charms. I like stack and run walk. So just all these little tiny fine-tuning aspects you can, take part in while you make an Amazon is what I really like about them. Because you can find these perfect little charms with 3 faster run walk and maybe 3 max damage in some AR. Those are absolute toad. Like, just imagine having an inventory full of that shit. You'll be running fast, and you'll have those nice mods. And I don't have many decent charms of this character. As you can see, she's only 91. This character's from last ladder. So I didn't end up maxing her out and stuff. I didn't go too far with that. But yeah, I intend to this ladder to go a bit more further. And check this out, 35 attack rating. That's really nice. I think that's perfect attack rating on a small charm, to my understanding. Oh, and I'm even missing a spot where I could put another charm. But it's, it's a challenge to collect these little max damage charms and all that. You can find some, I think, some really rare grand charms that I think go up to 14 max damage. Correct me if I'm wrong, but I think you can find some rare as fuck ones that go 14 max damage, and I don't think they give AR, because that's the caveat with those, because they give godly damage, of course. But yeah, let me know what you homies are going to be running this upcoming ladder reset in Path of Diablo, August 14th. Let me know if you intend to play. So that's what she's wearing. And for style points, I like going Kyr's Guardian. I might go different this coming ladder. Maybe I'll go with the Enni's Visage. Everyone loves that 30s Enni's Visage. Or a very economical item would be, for an early Bozan, would be a Telemask. Preferably a 3-socketed Telemask, which generally not too far into the ladder, you can trade an Istrune for one of those. So then you got dual leech, you got some decent mods, you got some res, a little bit of res, and then you have 3 sockets, so you can start hitting some nice breakpoints with your Bozan. And I generally like to put IES jewels into these. As you can see here, I have 3 of them in this, none of which have an additional mod, or one has maybe 17 mana, I think. So that's her gear, and she wears Razor Tail right now and Fortitude. And yeah, something I proposed in my previous videos. I think there needs to be another piece of armor for the Amazons to strive for. And my example would be Tyrael's Might. If they were to make that compatible or competitive with Fortitude for maybe physical characters. Someone in my comments proposed that maybe give Tyrael's Might the Might aura. It only makes sense, right? So I would think it would be absolute toad if for this upcoming ladder reset for Path of Diablo, it could have such a mod. A Might aura at a level in which is comparable to the damage you get from Fortitude. 300% enhanced damage. Maybe something close to that, maybe even more. Because it's hard as fuck to find. I've never found one. And it'll increase their value, of course. And it'll just be something to strive for. That, yeah, most likely I won't even attain, but I still fucking want to have it to chase after, you know what I mean? So I think that would be great to have that for next ladder. So let me know if you guys are with me on that. And maybe a few more mods to Tyrael's Might. And how epic would a Amazon look with Tyrael's Might on? I think that would be a great look. And plus it gives the run walk, so it's a perfect armor for them, really, if it, say, were to have a few more additional mods, godly mods at that. So yeah, the Might aura, I think, would be great. And then, of course, you can slam it if you want, maybe get 4 sockets. But I think the base level of Might, or maybe it should be a range. But nonetheless, I think the damage in which you gain from it on this Tyrael's Might that I'm proposing should be equivalent, I think, or close to that of Fortitude. Maybe be even better than Fortitude's enhanced damage. Then, of course, it'll buff your allies as well. And you'll look godly as fuck because you'll have a little Might aura around you. I don't give a fuck if that's maybe a little OP, but I don't think it would be, right? If you make it similar to Fort, at least there'll be something else to wear, right? In which case it won't be overpowered. Well, let me know if you guys are with me on that. I think War Travelers are great for Bozan. See, check out the damage buff she gets from that. Look at that. That's a lot of fucking damage, man. Like 300 to 400 base damage right there if you count the min and max. It's godly. So yeah, War Tribes I like primarily for their damage that they offer. And it's nice to have some MF, but the MF on these ones suck. Nice set of arrows. That's another thing that you can really strive for with these bosons. That you can really chase after, man. So you have some rare as fuck items. You got to fill your inventory. You have the option to fill your inventory with some godly charms. Maybe 3 one rock, 3 max damage charms. You can chase after a nice godly dual leech ring with some other mods that you could use. And then your arrows, you know, and a lot of people are kind of clueless with arrows. So it adds all the more so to the chase of finding them, because some folks don't know what the fuck to do with them, so they just sell them to the merchants or don't even pick them up. Because it takes a keen boson connoisseur to know a good set of arrows, all right? Now, this one, for example, is okay. I generally go with the ones with max damage per character level and base damage. Now, there's 2 different tiers you can get in terms of its max damage per character level roll. And there's all sorts of ranges for the base damage that it adds, the 23 to 27 in this case. But yeah, if she had the lower tier of max damage per level at this level, at 91, these would only be giving her like 43 maximum damage or something close to that. All right, so you get a lot more damage with this, with the second tier max damage roll. So these ones have the higher tier of the 2 rolls. So that's something you get to look for. And then these, of course, have some other decent mods. Some all res. I don't know if she fully takes advantage of that. No, she doesn't. But yeah, I might be able to make up for it in the charms. But yeah, it's just one more item, man, that you get to chase after. And plus, they're quite versatile, like I said. And here's the boss. Now check this out. We'll use Immolation Arrow on Diablo. Watch how fast it kills him. See that? So in Path of Diablo, bosons can do alright against bosses. But yeah, if you guys will, let me know in the comments. What do you intend to do this ladder? What kind of character are you going to play as? Hit the thumbs up button if you have not yet. Subscribe to the page. Become a patron if you want. Link in the description below. May the Creator bless you guys and keep you. Peace be with you.